Yes, guys, welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, the monster, epic, amazing, extraordinary, three-man game, online game, season 124 comes to an end. Now, I had to do this carefully, right, because the screen you're looking at doesn't give anything away from last season, because you can tell from the date, we've gone beyond last season, and we are into the new season, season 125. Where do I start? Where can I start? Because if I go on to results, it's gonna be a lot of spoilers. So the bottom line is, I'll tell you what to do. Let's go to right, there you go. So look at last season, 2137/38. I won the title, as you can see, with 99 points. Now, that wasn't the amazing thing, because let's be honest, right, Ian led the league table all season long. All season long he led that table. Do you know what? Fuck it. That's the latest so far this season. More about that in a moment. But Ian, and you can see, Ian finished with 98 points. Now, that still wasn't the remarkable thing. The remarkable thing was the season got extended by 2 games. 2 days, and I had to play a game in hand on the Tuesday. So at the end of the season on the Sunday, Ian was top of the table with Man United, but I had to have my game in hand 2 days later, and I had to win it to win the title, and I did. And I'm going to go to that result in a moment, but let's firstly go to the other competitions. Let's start then with the FA Cup. The FA Cup went to AI. Tottenham did it again. They beat me in the final. We will go to that result in a moment. And that is the first time. We've got to check this, because I've not even checked this. When was the last time AI retained the FA Cup? It's just fucking crazy. They won it in 21-20. 21-16 was me for Swansea, and that was me at Swansea. That was me at Tottenham in 21-11. So let's just try and find when they actually... I dread to think it's all me. I mean, Middlesbrough won it in 2086, but AI never retained it. We're going to go back to the... Where are we? Stevenage won it in 2058. Absolute sensation. I won it, of course, with Scunthorpe. So, absolutely crazy. West Brom won it in 2037. That was me with Scunthorpe. Hull won it in 2022. I won it in 20... There you see, the last time... No, I've got that wrong, because 2017, that was Pep that won it with Mansfield. Pepe won it in season 3 with Mansfield. So the last time that AI defended the FA Cup, you can see right there, was season 2, when Liverpool won it, after Arsenal won it season 1. That is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? It really is. Now, you may remember from the last video, the update on the League Cup, that went to me. I won that against Manchester United 4-3 in the final. Let's go to the Champions League. Are you ready for the Champions League? Are you ready for the Champions League? Pepe did it! Pepe did it against AI, bogey team Tottenham in the final. Now, I've shown you that, but it's a remarkable story with Pep. So let me show you the remarkable story. Pep was having an atrocious season domestically, and he was going to finish 3rd regardless. But this was the most remarkable thing. Champions League semi-final, first leg. He lost it 3-0. He was having a terrible season. It looked like it was going to be a trophyless season for Pep. And when that happens, you've got to feel for him. Look at the following league result for Pep. He then got thumped 4-1 at Newcastle, and then he did that. He did that at Man United. Absolutely fucking crazy. I think that's a Rooney... No, it's not a Rooney regen. I don't know who that regen is, actually. Equalising the tie in the 90th minute. Went 5-0 up. I mean, that was... deserved to win the title. Deserved to win the Champions League after that. But absolutely, I mean, his league form went out the window, to be fair. I mean, if we just look at where Pep finished in comparison to where... I mean, you can see, I finished 99, Ian 98, Pep, there you can see, he finished with 82 points. So, absolutely insane. So, before I can show you last season's events, I'm going to have to show you something, and because you're probably going to see this anyway. So you can see so far this season, Ian's on 3 out of 3. I'm on 2 wins, 1 defeat. Pep's on 1 win out of 1 win. 1 win out of 1. That's purely because he's been involved in the Intercontinental and the Super Cup. However, look at that last game for me. Look at that last game. Now, I don't know if anyone's got a good memory, right? But go back a season. Look at that, the very first league game of the season. How fucking bizarre is that? Don't you feel that is just fucking outrageous? Now, obviously, I had another red card, which didn't fucking help. I mean, to be honest with you, I was holding my own until the red card. And then you can see the red card, and he just tore me apart. I have won the Charity Shield, and just for the benefit of Pep, we will show you that Pep has already won. No, what am I talking? He didn't win the Super Cup. So he won the Intercontinental, but he got thrashed in the Super Cup against Charlton, of course, who won the UEFA Cup. Now, Charlton, as well as Tottenham, I've always said that Charlton of late are the bogey team. You may recall Charlton brought a specific left back, Erkan. Of course, Erkan chose Charlton ahead of Pep and Ian, and he moved on a Bosman transfer. Shit, my mic's gone. Oh, what happened there? Okay, let's just set that up. There you go. Right, let me just make sure that's all up and go. Yeah, all good. So, so Pep hammered. I personally don't think he'd be too bothered about that. It's all about a league campaign for Pep. But now let's go to last season for me. So it was all down to the last game, and there you see it went to an additional game on the 20th of May, 2 days after the season had actually finished. And as you can see, we came good. The last game of the season, in fact, we can do it from this way. The last game of the season, Ian won. I'm just looking at. It says positions, and why has it got? But them positions are what they are now. That's why Derby don't have anything, because they clearly got relegated along with Macclesfield, and I never really paid attention to that. So yeah, it was a remarkable end to the season. I think Ian openly said, what did it for Ian last season? Now, was this particular result against Southend. He lost to Man United. Now, let me remind you, he lost to Man United. He lost to Southampton 4-0 at home. So it weren't the first time that Pep had gone to Old Trafford and scored a hatful of goals. Obviously helped by red cards in that game, but credit where it's due to Pep. But what really cost him was a Southend game. There's that League Cup that we were talking about. I think we'd already hit on that though. But he lost to Southend. He lost in the FA Cup semi-final to Spurs. Of course, Spurs motherfuckers won it, as you know. But the 4-3 defeat against Southend, I think it's 4-3. There it is. He said that's what really killed him. He will be gutted. Now, for me, what really won me the title was this. Good old Spurs, and Ian could only manage a draw at Spurs, and that's what really killed it, because that was, his penultimate game. It got to a stage where I had 2 games in hand, and I had to win them both to go top of the table, and I did. And I think it was at that stage, actually. In fact, I'm sure it was, because that was 1 game in hand against Spurs. Yeah, that's right, 1 game in hand there, and the other game in hand was the one against Reading. So yeah, so I had 2 games in hand, but the Spurs, Spurs, obviously, they played a game on the 14th, then had me on the 16th, but probably didn't have the squad depth to deal with it. Okay, so in terms of me, there's been a lot of ins and outs at the Stamford Bridge. They're all fucking piles of shit. Now, we've had a bug that's appeared in the game. I brought a couple of players from Pep on an exchange. You may recall Grant Miller. I have since repurchased him, but I had to free him up, because for whatever fucked up reason, he was on £250,000 a week. Prick. But in terms of players that have gone out, more importantly, this is the big ones. Makeda's gone, the Ronaldo regen. I've decided to offload him with his Asian stuff. Cacho has gone. Lucas went for 116 million straight cash. Salto went to Pepe in an exchange deal. Erkan, I had no choice to get rid of him. My Greek defender, who went because he had a bad disciplinary and a bad injury proneness, and he also had a 4-game ban, he went to Pep as well. And that was really the important players that departed. Arriving, as you can see, a lot of players come as part exchanges with the Pep deal. Kappa, my old player, that is a Tevez regen. I managed to pick up what looks like Aaron Ramsey regen. That is, I forget, what was his name? The Slovenian goalkeeper. I forget his name. But I did buy, so I bought this player, but I've since freed him up because he's a pile of shit. I did buy this Cameroonian, you may say is a bit old, but I'm happy to take a punt on him. Manzi just looks a decent young goalkeeper, but my marquee player, so I freed this guy up, then signed him again. Him and Makeda, the Ronaldo regen, and a third player, they were all on £250,000 a week. The other player, I freed him, and I think it cost me £40 million. Grant Miller cost me £12 million. Makeda, I managed to sell him, and you can see I repurchased him on £12 a week. But this is my marquee signing. Ring a bell? Ring a bell? Think back 9 years ago? Of course it is. Ryan Giggs. So I was very unhappy. Fuck off. So very, very happy with Ryan Giggs regen. Now, before I go to Pep and Ian, in fact, fuck going to Pep and Ian. Let's. You might have already worked this out. Can you tell that I'm clearly an international manager? I am Italy. So I'm Italy. Ian has left Italy. He didn't get sacked. He left Italy and took over Germany. And Pep is still Germany. Sorry, Pep's still Germany. So the World Cup. Oh shit! Can I not get to this? The World Cup. There you see then. Italy were beaten. Ian was beaten by England. Pepe was beaten by Spain. Ian won the third place playoff for what it's worth, and Spain won the World Cup. Ian has now moved on to Germany, and just to show you that, let's show you that if we can. There you see, Ian is Germany. Pepe's so Ian is Brazil. Pepe is still Germany, and I'm Italy. But Italy do have a shower of shit of a setup, to be honest with you. So that is it really. What I've really put a perspective in my own little head is I'm going to maintain what I believe is Cavani for another year. I'm also going to maintain De Vries. I don't know who he's a region of. For the simple reason, right, 22 assists last season, and that's his best so far for me. So I'm going to give him one more season. I still think I'm really in a strong position. I think there's no doubt about it. Was absolutely disgusted with that result. I really was. I was fucking seething. I really was. I have moved to only 2 goalkeepers in my seniors. I have got 2 more in the reserves. And I've got my young 16-year-old who I'm going to keep as part of my European setup because of his age. I won't need to name him. But I've managed to offload a load of players on loan so far this season, which I'm really pleased about. So we've got ourselves a good old setup going on. And that is it, guys. That is where we are at then. With season 125, we're off and running. Quite an end to season 124. A trophyless season for Ian in the end. Bizarrely, Tottenham proved the killer for me because they prevented me getting the quad. Having because I didn't show you, did I? Shit. So let's just go back. I got knocked out of the Champions League semi-final to Tottenham. I drew the first leg 0-0, and I just fucking knew it, right? I knew it was going to happen, and I lost the second leg 1-0. I did fuck up though. I tried to match them for their own. No. That's not. I tried to match them in the FA Cup final for their formation. And it just, it didn't work. Look at that. And my goalie, oh my god. It went to extra time. I went fucking spastic and I sold the cunt. I went absolutely spastic. So, winning the title was such a relief because I'd have been gutted to have ended up with just a League Cup after everything. Spurs, motherfuckers. They did finish 4th, Spurs, so they are in the Champions League yet again. But you can see, look at Spurs. We played them there on the 30th. Macclesfield, Spurs, Rochdale, Spurs. Fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. And let's see, in terms of AI, so yeah, they've spent a bit of money. They brought a couple of players that they actually released. Let's have a look at Charlton, of course. No one so far. One player, so they've not brought anybody, and that was Erkan. So that is that then, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got anything you want to add, do let me know. If you want to see any of the records on this epic of a game, 125 seasons, there's a lot of flaws in the game. You've got to think to yourself, right, this is 9 years old. This was when Tapani was the up-to-date patch. October 2013 was the update out at the time. And you may have spotted something there, right? So if I just go to my history, look at if I go to competitions, look at the way the back disappears. This backward disappears, and that's because it's just there's so much data going on now. Look at that. I mean, you can't even see how many. Look, you can't. There's so much you can't even go beyond. You can't go any further back than 2036, 37. So it's capped. It's capped. And as you can see, as Chelsea, we've not hit. 99 points. That was our best in several years. We've not reached 100 points since 21, 27/28, and even then we didn't win the title. So, if there's any records you want to see, guys, do let me know. And until next time from me, take it easy.